I dread mornings. My hands feel like rusty hinges when I try to make breakfast. It's just one sentence, posted quietly on a forum, but it speaks for millions. The pain doesn't scream. It whispers, through stiffness, through shame, through the tiny tasks that used to feel effortless. Cracking an egg, lifting a pan, holding a spoon without fear of dropping it. If you've felt this, you are not alone. And the truth is, your breakfast might be the first place where healing can begin again. Eggs have always been seen as a symbol of strength, but after 60, it's not just about eating them, it's about what you eat with them. Why? Because as we age, our bodies change how they digest, how they absorb, how they repair. A 2024 study in food chemistry found that heating eggs to 95 degrees Celsius increased protein absorption by 54% in seniors compared to raw eggs. Why? Because uncooked egg proteins are like tangled yarn. Your stomach struggles to unravel them. But heat smooths those strands, so your body can weave them into muscle. And here's the catch. By age 65, your stomach acid has likely dropped by 30–40%, which means even a perfectly cooked egg still needs the right partner food to truly become nourishment. The gentle power of papaya. It's not just about what you eat, it's about what your body can actually use. After 60, digestion becomes less about volume and more about compatibility. That's why papaya matters. Not because it's trendy or tropical or pretty to slice in half, but because it carries something deeper, an inner intelligence, a softness that knows how to help when your stomach has quietly started asking for assistance. Inside papaya lives papain, an enzyme your body once made in abundance, but may now struggle to produce. Think of papain like a gentle pair of scissors, designed to break protein into smaller, absorbable pieces right inside your gut. Eggs are rich in high-quality protein, but protein, on its own, is complex, especially when stomach acid is lower, as it often is in older adults. That's the part no one talks about. The food might be perfect, the recipe balanced, but if the body can't break it down, you're not nourished. You're just full. That's where papaya steps in, quietly, without fanfare, without requiring heat, preparation, or seasoning. Just a few soft orange cubes alongside your morning eggs. And suddenly, digestion becomes cooperation, not struggle. It's not magic. It's nature finishing the work your body started decades ago. And the beauty? Papaya doesn't just help with digestion. It also carries vitamin C, which supports collagen production, the protein that cushions your joints and holds your skin together. It's hydration. It's lightness. It's anti-inflammatory by design. I remember one woman, 72, recovering from surgery. She told me, my stomach can't handle much anymore, but papaya, that one I trust, that trust matters, especially when food has become something you fear, when every bite feels like a gamble, when bloating, stiffness, or reflux make you question if eating is even worth it. But papaya doesn't punish, it doesn't sting, it doesn't demand. It arrives already soft, already ready. And in that, it teaches a lesson. Healing isn't always about adding more. Sometimes it's about choosing what cooperates. So, if breakfast has become a battlefield, start simple. Start quiet. Add papaya. Let your body feel what it's like to be supported from the inside. Not pushed, not overwhelmed, just gently helped. Because sometimes the strongest medicine doesn't come in a bottle. It comes in a fruit that knows how to listen. Turmeric, the spice that listens. Not all healing arrives with fanfare. Some of it shows up in quiet colors, in the soft golden hue of a spice that's been whispering to joints long before we had the studies to prove it. Turmeric doesn't behave like modern medicine. It doesn't demand immediate results. It doesn't shout. It stays, builds, listens. Inside turmeric is a compound called curcumin, a natural anti-inflammatory that's been shown to support joint comfort, reduce swelling, and gently ease the low-burning inflammation that often accumulates with age. But here's the detail most people miss. Curcumin isn't easily absorbed on its own. It needs a partner, a nudge to cross the threshold into your bloodstream. That nudge, it comes from something as simple as black pepper, specifically a compound called piperine, which can enhance curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. That's not exaggeration, that's synergy. That's one spice helping another be heard. So, when you prepare your eggs, whether you whisk them into a soft scramble or let them poach gently in simmering water, add just a pinch of turmeric, then a touch of cracked black pepper. Not for heat, not for flavor, but to create a space where healing is more likely to land. Let the turmeric melt into the egg like sunlight across morning skin. Let it turn the whites golden, as if the meal itself remembers that your joints once moved with ease, and still can. And if chewing is harder now, if dentures make toast painful, if arthritis makes gripping a fork feel like a task, know this: soft eggs are your ally. They carry the spice gently. They don't resist the spoon. They ask nothing of your jaw. I've seen people who couldn't finish a bowl of cereal sit down to soft eggs with turmeric and feel full, not just with food, but with a quiet return of self-trust. Because eating isn't just about nutrients. It's about the story your body hears when you eat. And turmeric, when given the right companions, tells a story of warmth, of circulation, of cells waking back up. It doesn't force change, it invites it, day by day, bite by bite. So, tomorrow morning, as the pan warms and the light creeps into the kitchen, choose the spice that listens. You don't need much, just enough for your body to know that it hasn't been forgotten. The morning ritual, that doesn't hurt. It doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to begin. There's something about the first hour of the day, before anyone asks anything of you, before the world arrives with noise, that holds a quiet opportunity for repair. Most of my patients say they skip breakfast not because they're not hungry, but because making it feels like too much effort, too much decision-making, too many old memories tied to meals they once cooked for others. But what if breakfast wasn't a task? What if it was a gesture toward your joints, your gut, your sense of self? Let me show you something soft, something real, something you can do even when your hands feel stiff and your stomach feels unsure. Start with 2 whole eggs. Let them sit out for a moment. Let them warm slightly, just like you're trying to. Whisk them slowly with a spoonful of milk. The goal isn't fluff. It's fluidity. Then add a pinch of turmeric, not for color, not for taste, but for the message it carries. A message to your knees, your fingers, your spine. I still care. Set your pan on low heat. No rush. High heat cooks fast, but it also stresses the oil and sears away the softness your body craves. Pour the eggs into the pan. Watch as they move slowly, setting at the edges, rippling like calm water in morning light. Cook just until they hold together. Not browned, not firm, just enough to feel whole. On the side of your plate, lay a few chunks of ripe papaya. No seasoning, no dressing. Just the fruit itself, ready to help you digest what your stomach might no longer manage alone. Finally, dust a little black pepper across the plate. It's not just for taste. It's what unlocks the turmeric's ability to reach your bloodstream. And there you have it. 10 minutes. No chopping boards, no blenders, no pain. Just warmth. Just permission. Just one quiet meal that asks nothing from you but presence. Because after 60, rituals aren't about routine. They're about reclaiming rhythm. The rhythm of chewing without pressure. The rhythm of digestion without fire. The rhythm of mornings that feel like yours again. Try it tomorrow. And don't just eat. Feel what it's like to give your body a beginning that doesn't hurt. There's a quiet heartbreak I hear often. I used to cook for everyone. Now I can't even nourish myself. If that thought has ever crossed your mind, let this breakfast be your answer. Because inside that fragile egg is lecithin, which helps cushion your joints. Inside that papaya is the enzyme your stomach forgot how to make. And inside you is still someone worthy of being fed. Gently, consistently, and well. Try this breakfast 3 times this week, and after the 3rd morning, ask yourself, do I feel a little less stuck? And if you do, please share it. There's someone else still skipping breakfast, still waking up stiff, still wondering if food can help. You might just give them the courage to try, because healing doesn't always begin in the doctor's office. Sometimes it begins with a spoonful of golden egg and a fruit that remembers how to help you soften.